G'day guys, Ron here from Osborne Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to show you the best website builder for small businesses. Let's jump into it. So as you can see behind me, I've got a couple of the websites that we're going to discuss today, but I want to start the topic off by when you are looking for the best website builder for small businesses, you need to cover a couple of things. So firstly, you need to think about what are you in the business of? So are you just a local plumber? Or are you the bakery owner? You need to think about what type of service or product your business actually is involved in selling or wholesaling, whatever it is. You need to really think about that because that will sway the decision whether you should use something like WordPress or Duda or Wix. It's all going to depend on that. So I'm going to walk you through all of these designs here. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each. So you'll know by the end of watching this video which website builder is the best for small businesses. So let's jump into it. So as you can see, guys, I got WordPress behind me here. Now WordPress is, I think it's like 43% now. Yeah, it's 43% of the internet. Now, what WordPress is think of your traditional website, okay? Most of the internet is a WordPress website, okay? So essentially it's almost a 50-50 chance that it's going to be a WordPress website when you look at it. Now, the benefits of WordPress are the fact that it's just easy. It's very simplistic. You can do a lot of things with it. There's a ton of plugins out there. So special features. So for instance, if you, let's say you're selling something or you want to have a cool feature on your website, that chances are there's probably a plugin for that, or you can create a plugin for your website. So it's very cool like that. That's where WordPress is very beneficial, and it is a great website builder for small businesses. Now, when it comes to the structure and everything like that, who can use this? Anyone, any business. Honestly, if you were to ask me at the end of the day, I wouldn't really be going into the other ones, but I do want to show you because obviously there's different price points. So when it comes to WordPress, the main benefits there is it's a sort of one and done, okay? So you'll need to pay someone to build the website for you, which will probably cost anywhere between $1,500 if they're a good developer, all the way up to, could be 15 grand if you're trying to work with like a yacht broker that I was chatting with the other day. Yeah, his website costs a lot of money to build. 15 grand it cost him. So it can depend on what you want to do with it. But that's why this is brilliant, because honestly, the sky's the limit when it comes to WordPress. You can sell anything on there. So I work with a med spa client. She needs to be able to sell products in the store and online. WordPress facilitates that. If you just want to be a law firm, if you just want to have your stock standard services up there, it's brilliant for that. It's brilliant at any local business because you can build out geo pages very easily on WordPress. So it is a very handy builder. So the price of it, there are a couple of pros and cons to WordPress. So like I was saying, you will probably need to pay a developer to build it. If you don't know how to build a website, you're going to have to pay someone to do it. It's not like the other ones that's drag and drop. You can get something running. You'll have to pay. That's the first thing. Now, it's a bigger upfront cost. Like I was saying, 1,500 to five grand. That's around about your average price range. And the other thing is you have to pay for hosting. So every month, you're going to have to pay to host the website. Think of a website as like files. You're going to have those files stored in a filing cabinet somewhere. Now, hosting is that filing cabinet. So you need to pay for that as well. So that's $10, sort of $50, depending on the type of site. If you're a blogger, you've got a lot of pages, you're going to need the higher end hosting. If you're a local business, it's going to cost you maybe $5. So it's not as expensive. But that's the sort of pros and cons of WordPress. So the next thing, and this is my second favorite, is Duda. So Duda it's good, it's clean, it's very light. So one of the problems, and I will cover it now because every single one we talk about now is a drag and drop builder. You need to understand a couple of things. As you can see, it's dragging and dropping. Now, when it comes to drag and drop builders, to facilitate that, you have to have a lot of code in there that enables that to happen. So to be able to do that drag and drop, you have to have more code that enables that. Now what happens? Things become a lot heavier. So there's a lot of what's called nesting. So there's a lot of extra code on there and it weighs down the site. Google since 2018 stated that speed is a ranking factor. So if you're trying to get any organic traffic, you don't want to have nesting going on. You want to reduce that as much as possible. Now, I find though, Duda, thankfully, they are quite good. I do have a couple of test sites on Duda because, a couple of SEO mates were utilizing it, said it was absolutely brilliant. So I gave it a test, and I think they are quite good. Very easy to use, very, very easy to use. They sit right in between the drag and drop builder and WordPress. They're right in the middle. So if you are looking for something, you don't want to pay a web developer, then you can use these guys. The plans are, it's like $22 or something like that. You know, you can start with a 14 one if you want, but ideally you're going to be able to want to brand it up and do all of that. The good thing about this is it's on AWS. So that's Amazon's hosting essentially. Everything's taken care of. It's a package. But something to be very careful of is with all of these drag and drops and this Wix and the Squarespace, Shopify, all of them, remember, you do not own the asset. Now that is a big problem, big problem. If you're in anything e-com, anything bloggery, anything informational, you should be owning your website. Why? Because you can sell it. Let's say your website's doing really well, it's generating $5,000 a month. If it's making $5,000 a month, that's a $250,000 website that you can sell right there. How do you do that when it's on this? It becomes very, very complicated. So that's why you need to stick with WordPress. If your intention is that, hey, I'm trying to build something that's informative, we get a lot of people on it, we throw some AdSense on it, there's exotic, whatever you want to put on there, however you're generating it through affiliate, whatever it is, you should be sticking with WordPress. Because if it takes off, it's going to be hard to sell that asset onto someone else. Because at the end of the day, these guys own it. So very, very important to consider when you are looking for the best website builder for small businesses, you make sure that you consider that point. Now, Squarespace is another good one. I think they're not too bad. Who are they suited more to? I would probably say probably your local businesses. So as you can see, it's sort of a bit Wixy. I don't recommend these guys. If you're looking for something just simple, neat, okay, you can use them. But out of them and Duda, the prices, I just saw the prices, and the prices, like, look at this. Like, this is just sitting here. I'm trying to scroll down and get out of it, and it's not allowing me to. And that's their homepage. That's not a good thing, guys. So, like, their price is very similar to Duda, I believe. So wherever it is, they don't want to make it easy. Yeah, there it is. So it's $23, same as Duda. I would go with Duda every day of the week. Every day of the week. There's more functionality, more features, everything like that with Duda. It's nowhere near as much nesting with Duda. Duda's faster, better servers, everything. Everything's a lot better. So I'm not sure who they actually host with, but it's not going to be AWS. That's going to be for sure. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, because if they're with Amazon, they're going to say, yeah, we're with Amazon. So, yeah, I would not necessarily be looking at that. Shopify, so if you really want to go down the path of e-commerce, Shopify is a builder that you can use. Now, if you were to utilize WordPress for an e-commerce store, what you would be doing is essentially having WooCommerce on the end. So that's a plugin, and that'll run your shop from there. Again, it's a lot more customizable. It's a lot lighter than this. And again, you don't own the asset. What I don't like is that if there's any website that I might sell in the future, I need to own it 100%, like unequivocally. It can't be disputed. Nothing can go wrong. If these guys go out of business, as an example, tomorrow, what happens to my site? So all of that needs to be considered. When you are looking to choose the best website builder for small businesses, that's what you need to think about. What happens if this business isn't able to pay their bills? Do I lose my website? How much could that cost you? So that's something to think about there. Yeah, you can do all the integrations, but you can do all of that on WordPress anyway. I'm going to honk the horn of WordPress constantly because WordPress really is the best website builder for small businesses. It really is. But let's have a look at the pricing. Because I just think, get the wallet out, boys. Or I'll get the purse out, girls. Yeah, that's a bit better on the pricier side, I guess. Ouch. Okay, well, there's that. Now, Wix. I'm going to cover Wix. Why am I not recommending that you use Wix? Because I've done a short about this, and I've helped numerous clients. They come to me with a Wix website. Got one right now, cardiologist right now, that's looking to get off Wix, or we're getting her off Wix. And I've had some clients, a lot of clients in the past, we get them off Wix. Why? Let me show you why. So like I was saying before, speed is definitely a ranking factor when it comes to Google, okay? Now, you might not be able to see this, so let me zoom in. As you can see, this is a Google Core Web Vitals test. Vitally important. Google is looking at speed as a ranking factor. Now, if your competitors are really slow and poor performers, then yeah, of course, Google's going to sit there and be like, this is just how it is for this SERP, this keyword, this website, whatever. But in this day and age, as everyone improves and you have results like this, especially as an e-com store on mobile, that's it's going to hurt your business. I assure you it's going to hurt your business. And even as an example, with Eternigy right here, that was happening. We proved that was happening. So we were running PPC campaigns, and we noticed that a lot of people were dropping out before making the transition because the average load time was 7.5 seconds. I'm not waiting that long for a site to load, and I'm sure you wouldn't be either. So when you are considering which website builder is the best for small businesses, you need to really think about all of this. So this is for the mobile version, 22, really bad. 56 for desktop. If you don't have green for desktop, be very concerned, because this should always be green. So if we jump across, and then this is, as you can see, new design here for the WordPress site. Look at that, 83 on the mobile, 98 on the desktop. Done. And that's without any real optimization done. It's just from moving it over, getting it onto WordPress, getting rid of the Wix, and now the asset is owned by the client as well. So that's why I don't really recommend Wix. I've seen it too often that they get impacted. In 2017, Wix came out with an offer of $50,000 to go against SEO blokes and say, hey, if we're willing to put up 50 grand, if you beat us, you can have it, but we can rank Wix sites. How are you going to rank a Wix site if everyone else is really doing well and you can't clean that up? That's the other problem. You can't fix that. The only way to fix it is go to WordPress or Duda. It's the only way you can do it. So that's why I would be looking at that. When you're considering the best website builder for small businesses, make sure you have a look at that. But I would be mainly focusing, do it right the first time. When you're going into business, this is just the business coaching and consulting side of me coming out. If you're going into business with the intention of having a website that's actually going to be there to, one, generate your leads, add a bit of credibility, all of this, WordPress. I'd stick with WordPress. Do it right the first time. Now, the reason for that is because you can do whatever you want in the future with it. If you have, let's say, the Squarespace and all of that, how difficult is it then going to be to add all of the e-commerce stuff on top? And again, you don't own the asset. And that's what's really concerning to me. So I would be looking at all of this information. I'd be trying to get a start on WordPress. I think that's more valuable for you. I think you have more options as a business owner to throw that up there to do more. I think it's easier it takes time to learn, but once you learn it, the possibilities are absolutely endless. And just by having that streamlined process, that streamlined website, you're more likely going to generate a lot of leads. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you hit that like button. If I've answered that question of the best website builder for small businesses, make sure you like it, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to actually run a speed test on your own website, all you need to do is jump over to osbornedm.com, throw in your website into here, click this button up here. That'll take you across. You can run a free, completely free audit on your current website. You'll be able to see the speed, the performance of it. Check it all out. If you want to have a chat with me, you can book a time with me there. And I look forward to seeing you around. Again, like and subscribe. Cheers.